Hello. So now we will be going through yet another chapter, which is logical order of words. This again is a very easy chapter. It's very easy to score. There's not much, but still we'll be discussing a couple of questions just so you guys can be completely at ease with this chapter. Right. So in logical order of words, what does it mean? Basically, what we are referring to is an arrangement of words. Basically, you need to arrange words according to a certain order. Okay, that's the meaning, right? Logical order of words. You arrange words according to a certain order. Now, what can this order be based on? Either it could be based on their occurrence, their size, their alphabetical order, their stages of a process, etc. So if it is like, for example, I'll take you through one of these stages of a process. So let us say about a plant becoming a tree. So based on the processes, it might be you might have to order it based on that. Okay, and then alphabetical order, all of just order it in the way that you see it in a dictionary. In the same way, occurrence, right? What do you see first? Like, for example, it's the case of a baby becoming an adult. So that again, so that can also come under stages of process. But again, so this different stages that you have, that it can also be based on size, from the smallest size to the largest size, or the largest to the smallest. It will be mentioned. It won't be difficult. You will be asked to find out what exactly you want to do, as you can see in this case. So let's just get on to the first example. You have been asked to arrange the following words in a logical and meaningful order. Okay, so you have vegetable, market, cutting, cooking, food. So from these cutting, cooking, food, you've sort of gotten it's about the process of cooking food, right from the beginning of actually getting the vegetable. So how would this go? You would go to the market first, right? So you would go to the market, you would get the vegetable. What will you do after getting the vegetable? You will cut it, right? You can't just put it like that. You need to cut it first, and then you need to cook it, and then you get it in the term of in the form of food that you can eat. Okay, so this is the order. Now you need to get this order here. So one is the first thing what we have written is 1 is 2 here, right? So 2, and everything else follows, right? So 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. Just cross check with the last one also. So 5 works. So one thing I need to I want to mention that you need to take care of while doing such questions is, so these are usually very easy questions, right? You can easily get the order. It does not take much time. But where people usually mess things up is in this part. They write down this order, but when they tick the answer here, they might mess it up. Chances are not very high, since these are options. I mean, you're not writing it, right? It's not subjective. You have options given, so it's not very high that you mess up. But just make sure when you do questions in general to be very careful and very aware of what you're doing. Okay, now moving on to the second question. Again, the same thing, meaningful sequence: leaf, fruit, stem, root, flower. Okay, so now this looks like what we earlier had as stages of process, right? Stages of process. So it sort of looks like a plant. Where does it start from? So it's, a plant first, it becomes a root, and then it goes on to become a stem, and then leaves, it will get leaves, and then fruit or flower, what comes first? So you would know, so it would be flower first and then fruit. So fruit is actually, you get a fruit from a flower, right? So this is the order. So you have stem, root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, right? So this is D. You have D first. So since it's D first, it cannot be either of these. So it's either of these options. And then it's C, D, C. Okay, it's D, C for both of these, and then it's A. It's A, right? Yep. It's E in this case. It's definitely not E first. So this is the answer. So you've gotten D, C, A, E, B. Okay, again, as I mentioned before, make sure when you actually write down this order that you are writing it down right. Okay. So now coming to the third example. Arrange the following as per the order in the dictionary. quilt, quite, queen, queue. Again, very easy. You just have to arrange it as per the order that you see in the dictionary. So you see the first two letters are the same for everything. So you just like ignore that. Move on to the second, the third letter. So you have I, E, E. Right. So E comes before I, obviously. So you know that. So basically what you get from here is it could be 3 or 4, but you get that the first two options have to be either 3 or 4, right? So because of that, and if it is 3, then the second has to be 4. If it is 4, the second has to be 3, right? Because I would, in any case, I would only come after E. So you need to, so basically what you get here is that, you know, the first options either need to be 3, 4 or 4, 3. This need to be the beginning. So because of that, you can cross this out and you can cross this out. So see, you're left with only two options. Now you move on to, so now it's just finding out whether it is 3, 4. You see, you don't have to go through all of the words. It's just to find out whether it's 3, 4 or 4, 3, right? So here E comes before U, so it is 3, 4, and you're done. That's it's as easy as that. You do not have to go through all the words. Just find a smart way of doing it. Okay, and just cross check. 2 is the last one. Will 2 be the last? Yes, because T comes last, right? T comes after it, right? So that's just that's an easy way of doing it. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Arrange the following again as per the order in the dictionary. Also, like I mentioned earlier, these are previous year questions. 2021, this is a 2020 previous year question. Okay, now how do you arrange it as per the order in the dictionary? Live, litter, little, literacy, living. Again, the first two are li, so you can rule that out, and then you have v, or it's either v or t, right? So what comes first? T, r, s, t, u, v, right? So you know that it has to be 2, 3 or 4. So here you see it's 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4, 4, 3, 5. Okay, this cannot be, so you can rule this out. I hope you've understood why 4, 3, 5 cannot be, right? Because see, in either case, since t comes before v, 2, 3, 4 has to come before 1, 5. Whatever the order may be between these, 2, 3, 4 should come, because 2, 3, 4, all of these three options have t, right? T is the third letter. But for 1 and 5, V is the third letter, so 1 and 5 cannot be. So in that case, you can just cross this out. Now you have 3 options left. Okay, so you look at the next letter, L-I-T, it's T, T, E. E comes before T, so you know that 4 has to be the first option, and so you've gotten your answer. See, it's as simple as that. So always, see, in such questions, always try to rule out options at the earliest so that it's easier to get. See, we do not even have to go through the whole set of words, right? So rule out options at the earliest. Okay, so we've gotten 4, 2, 3, 1, 5. You can just cross check with the last. So 5, living. Will living come at the end? Yes, because here we have V in both cases, but here it's a E and here it's an I, right? So since E comes before an I, it has to be, living has to be the last word, right? So this is right. Okay, now since we're done with that, we have one last question that we will be going through. Arrange the following in a logical and meaningful order. Okay, country, furniture, forest, wood, trees. Okay, so we need to sort of get the order. So we see forest, we see wood, we see trees. It's something about, I think, the process of acquiring wood, right? So, oh, okay, we also see furniture. So it's about the process of making furniture. So we would go to the forest first, and then we would look at the trees, and from the trees we would get wood, and from there we would get furniture. Now we have another option that we have not looked at, which is country. Where would country come? Country, would it come at the beginning or at the end? It would come at the beginning, right? Because you go to the countryside, because see, you can look at it this way. You get forests in the countryside. You get trees in the forest. You get wood from the trees. You can make furniture from the wood, right? So this is the order: country, forest, trees, wood, furniture. Country, forest, trees, wood, furniture. Okay, so basically you have one. See, one is the first one, right? So you can rule both of these out, and then 3. So this is the answer. It's very simple. If you have any sort of confusion as to, whether, I think it's something that people might have, would country come first or would it come last, just try to get an order of, how you want things to go about. So see, forests are what you find in the country, right? So in that case, country has to come first, right? So see, once you get I mean, you would have noticed logical order questions are very easy. This is basically the different kinds of questions that can be asked, either logical and meaningful order, or questions as where you have to arrange it as per the order in the dictionary. It's very easy, can be done easily. We've discussed a couple of questions. Again, there will be an assignment where we will give you more questions to practice, but broadly different kinds of questions that can be asked have been discussed here. Also, it does not have a lot of weightage. In every paper it's either a one question or it's just that's about it. So it's not a chapter with more weightage. So even when you study, don't give it a lot of your time. It's not worth all that time. Okay. So we're done with logical order of words.